Hello and welcome back to Today in the NBA, where today I'm going to be going over the Phoenix Suns past regular season, postseason, off-season, and looking at some of the outcomes for the rest of free agency / the off-season, and some of the outcomes for next season. So to start off, the Phoenix Suns finished as the 4 seed last year. They were pretty good. I think they had a record of 45 and 37. Now, with the other higher seeded teams in the East, I talked about their defensive rating and offensive rating. I'm not going to talk about that for the Suns, as there has been so much roster turnover for them that it's just not really worth it. So their depth chart looks like this: Bradley Beal, Devin Booker, Josh Okogie, Kevin Durant, DeAndre Ayton, and off the bench, Saben Lee, Eric Gordon, Keita Bates-Diop, Yuta Watanabe, and Drew Eubanks. Now, I personally think that's probably only going to be a 9-man rotation. Probably not running any Saben Lee. I think Devin Booker could be the backup point guard. I say that with quotation marks, as this team doesn't really have a point guard. They sort of have 3 great ball handlers, and that's definitely going to be enough. If you look at what the Clippers have been able to accomplish with 2 great ball handlers when they were healthy, I think it is definitely believable that the Suns team will be great. Now, for their review of the offseason, I don't really know what to make of it. It's the sort of thing where you sort of have to watch them play to really know how their offseason was and whether the Bradley Beal trade was worth it or not. But I'm going to exclude that from all my offseason ratings for them. So I'm just going to go with an A+ for the offseason, not including Devin Booker. The only bad thing I think that they did was letting go of Monty Williams. But I think bringing in a new coach is probably not going to be too bad for them. He's a good coach, and I don't think this team really needs a good coach to be a great team. They've got all the star power to make it work. What really brings in their A+ rating for them is all the free agents they got in. They managed to bring in Eric Gordon, Keita Bates-Diop, Yuta Watanabe, Bol, bring back Damian Lee. They had a great offseason. What this team lacked following the Kevin Durant and Bradley Beal trades was depth, and they definitely made up for that in the offseason. They managed to re-sign Josh Okogie as well. I forgot to mention that before. But they have a great starting lineup now, which is incredibly surprising, as no one really thought they'd have either a point guard, small forward, or power forward. One of those, no one really thought that they would have a good productive player at that point, but Josh Okogie showed them last year that if he is hitting his threes, he's definitely a capable player to be playing in that role. He's smaller at, I think, 6'4", but still, I think he's definitely good enough defensively to make up for his lack of size. Off the bench, Eric Gordon, Keita Bates-Diop. They're both sort of smaller players, Eric Gordon specifically, but Eric Gordon is very big, strong, and he's got long arms, so he can definitely guard up a couple positions, guarding guards and probably small forwards. Keita Bates-Diop, I think he's 6'6". He can probably guard point guard, shooting guards, and small forwards as well. Yuta Watanabe, good player, 6'8". He is on the smaller side. He can definitely guard small forwards and power forwards. Maybe not the bigger power forwards in the league, but still, I think he'll be fine holding up against most of the league's power forwards. And Drew Eubanks, pretty solid player, definitely showed in Portland last year that he can be productive. Now, for the Suns next year, I don't really know what to make of them, as I haven't seen them play. I don't really know how Bradley Beal is going to go playing alongside Kevin Durant and Devin Booker. Especially Devin Booker might be the interesting one, because when Devin Booker was leading the Suns, sort of as the point guard, they were not a great team. Now, I know that he's gotten much better since then, and the lineup is so much different, but still, I think that not having sort of a lead ball handler is going to make this team struggle a little bit. In saying that, though, I still think they're going to be amazing. I've got them finishing as the 3rd seed with 52 wins and 30 losses. I think most of those losses will come, however, because of injuries and load management. Kevin Durant has been someone that has shown that he's a little bit injury prone now after he tore his ACL, I believe, back when he played for the Warriors. So it will be interesting to see how many games they can get out of him. If he does manage to play all season, though, and stay healthy, along with Devin Booker and Bradley Beal, even DeAndre Ayton and Josh Okogie in their bench to some extent, I think that this team is probably my favourite in this very early stage to win a championship. I think they just have so much offensive firepower that it doesn't really matter about the defense. What the Denver Nuggets showed in this last postseason was you don't need to be a great defensive team to win a ring. They weren't a great defensive team. They just had an overwhelming offense. And I think that Phoenix is definitely going to be able to compete with that level of offense. In saying that though, their defense is not great. I think one of the teams that they are going to really struggle against is probably the Denver Nuggets, and that's definitely my conference finals matchup for them. I think that they might win, they might lose, I don't really know. It's very hard to make predictions for this team, seeing as we haven't seen any of them play together, apart from Devin Booker and Bradley Beal for, I believe, 7 games, so it's not that big of a sample size. In the postseason though, if everyone's healthy and they're all able to play well together, then I have this team winning the ring, which I know is a little bit of a hot take, but I think they've just got so much offensive firepower that they're going to be able to dominate every defense in the league. Now, I've got them finishing as the 3rd seed with 52 wins and 30 losses, as I said before. Finals team, win the finals, as I said before. I have Kevin Durant making an all-star team and Devin Booker making an all-star team. I also have KD making all-NBA second team. Devin Booker and Bradley Beal, however, will not. Overall, I think this team's pretty good. They can't really do anything else though in the off-season. They've sort of locked themselves in until at least the trade deadline. I don't really know what they could do there, but still, they might do something. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. Let me know what you think down in the comments, and if you really enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing. I do post daily NBA content, so it is worth keeping up to date on. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I'll see you all in the next one.